All right.
All right. Hi, I'm Chris Carlson. I am the president of Audio Components, as you know, as we both work for Tek.
Yes. Hello. I'm actually Sal.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so as you know, we have the Z25 magnets that we had created that we spent the last 3 years developing. And we have the potential to sell them internally, but as you know, you have the charter to sell them externally exclusively. So the reason why we're here, as you know, is to have this conversation to try to get this transfer worked out. So a couple of things that I want to talk about up front, just a few points that from where we're coming from, is that one is that we want to with these magnets, we know that we can get a very good competitive advantage over our competitors. So we would like to potentially keep this out of their hands for as long as possible, as well as potentially the competitors of other LTech divisions as well. We also want to try to recoup our investment that we put into developing the project, as put some money in, as well as the time. We know that we'll need to repurchase these magnets from you as well, as we do use them in our current products. So we would like to have that included in the structure of the deal. And then lastly, since we spent the time invested in developing these magnets, we would like to make some kind of a profit off of this transfer to you as a little bit of an incentive to sell, because we do know that we can make a good profit just by selling it internally.
Okay. All
right.
Good points.
Yeah, and just just to give you our starting point, my offer to you for the sale would be a $47 million transfer price to go along with 20 months of not selling it to our competitors as well as other LTech division competitors. And the way I got to those numbers was 12 million that we had initially put into the project to create them, 5 million that we would end up spending buying back the magnets, as well as 15 million that we can make internally in profit, and an extra 10 million to incentivize the deal.
Okay. Well, that deal is very high for us,
Okay.
as you probably imagine. As you know, my division actually does make magnets every day. So, and it's actually cheaper for the company to make them with us, where you guys have a 65% variable cost and we only have a 60%. So it would actually make just more sense for us to manufacture the magnets. We also, as you said, we can sell them externally and internally. So I think top management would agree that it's better to go with us. But I do understand you guys are going to want to make back your initial investment. So I think that we can work out a deal to get you that. And then we can try to work out a deal, because you do use the magnets a lot in all of your products. So we could try to make a deal like that.
Okay.
So my first offer to you would be if we could do the $12 million transfer fee, and then we can give you $10 million worth of the magnets for free that you can use in your products. And that would give us, without any limitations, because it's actually kind of unfair as well not to sell it to your competitors, because we're losing the company money as a whole. So obviously we don't want to get upper management involved, but I think that they would also agree with that.
Okay. Well, we don't need more than the $5 million that we need to purchase back from you in terms of buying the magnets, as the life of the product is the 2 years, and that's about how long we would need them for. So I think that the extra 5 million in free magnets just wouldn't really add to the deal in that sense. And honestly, like I think our biggest thing would be to keep this out of our competitors' hands as long as possible. That's really the main goal that we're looking for, as the best thing for our company as Audio Components would be to have the competitive advantage for as long as possible. So I think in terms of this deal, that is high on our list. So from your perspective, is it beneficial for you to keep it out of just our competitors' hands for a longer period of time and not so much for the other divisions, or would it be better for shorter for each? How does that work for you?
Well, what I was going to say next was, we do want to take advantage of selling externally because we think we can make a lot of profits that way.
Okay.
Um, so my next offer to you would be, what if we did not selling to your direct competitors for 6 months and with the $12 million transfer fee as well?
Yeah, that's still really low. Because we can make just selling internally, we would make a profit above what that would give us. And then the competitive advantage alone will keep us above that amount as well. So in that sense, we would need it a lot more than that. I can't say that because 6 months wouldn't really do a lot for us in terms of that competitive advantage that we would get just by not selling it to you guys. Honestly, keeping it out of our competitors' hands as well as selling it internally is a pretty good profit for us. Um, I think to come back to that, I would say I still would like to keep it out of our at least our competitors' hands for the 20 months. Um, that's ideal. And then if we can do, I would say 6 months for the other Tek divisions, and then make back our $12 million in terms of the transfer fee, as well as the $15 million that we can make in profit from just selling it internally, and then maybe getting the magnets sold back from you at a cost, which would be a 10% discount. So in total, it would be the $27 million in the transfer price, plus the 10% discount on the sale of the $5 million in magnets, and then 20 months for our competitors, 6 months for the rest of the division's competitors.
All right. So the 20-month is just too long for us. I don't think we can go past the 12-month, because at that point, it just wouldn't make sense.
So 12 months for all competitors or just for the audio components competitors?
12 months for the LTech division competitors.
So everyone?
And can we do 6 months for the outside competitors?
And what would your offer be for the transfer price?
And then we can cover you the $12 million for your initial investment.
Okay. Just the 12 million? Was that the whole transfer?
Because at that point, we're stretching ourselves.
Yeah, that's a little low because we can make just a loan by selling it internally the $15 million, and then we have that competitive advantage throughout. That would be longer than even the 20 months that I am asking for. So in that sense, it just doesn't make sense for us to make that deal. I feel like my deal is relatively fair in the sense that I'm just asking to have our initial investment covered, plus to cover that profit that we would get selling it internally, and then and we could do the 12 months as well. Yeah, the 12 months for. Hold on.
Okay, so
The 12 months for us.
write this down because it's getting confusing. Okay,
Sure.
so you want to do the 12 million plus 10 million.
15.
15. So 27.
Yes. And then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would still looking for the discount on buying them back as well, which would be a $500,000 total amount if we do the 10%.
I really think that the most we can do is the 12-month not selling to competitors, especially if we do go to upper management, I think that that's going to be a disadvantage not selling to competitors after that period of time, because we have so much potential to make more profits if we do sell to your competitors. So I think for the company as a whole, I don't think that they'll go past the 12 months. But I think that if we did agree to do the 12 months, selling not to your competition, throwing in the 12 million, and then we can add on the 15 million and call it a day.
So just so the 27,000 and then 12 months for audio components.
Right.
That's your. Yeah, I don't think I can do that, honestly. I would need to do the best that I can do in that sense would be to, without the other LTech divisions, we can leave that alone. You can sell to them.
This thing's about to die. Okay, go ahead.
No problem. I would say if you can sell to all of the other LTech division competitors from the get-go, but I would keep ours. I would have to keep ours at the 20 months in that sense, and then the same transfer price of the 57, or I'm sorry, the 27. I feel like if we're leaving it to all other competitors outside of just audio components, that's still a wide market for you. Plus, you're still selling internally to, which I believe from our research shows that you would make a $20 million profit just internally. So that would give, or I'm sorry, yeah, because we would make 15 and you get 5 from us, so that would be the $20 million. And then I think the other divisions competition is a wide market for you, but I think we really need that competitive advantage to stay and make money off of this deal.
Is there any way that we can get you down on the extra 15 that you're charging? Because in reality, you guys did make the investment of 12 million, but that's in today's dollars, so you didn't actually pay that.
Sure.
So can we get you down lower on that, and maybe we can keep the 20 months not to those competitors?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can give you we'll give you the 12.
So you're saying just the 12 million plus the 20 months.
Right.
That's the offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that just. No, I'm sorry, that would be too low for us. Because we alone, basically what I'm saying in that sense is that with the way that our numbers work, if we weren't to make this transfer, we would be able to recoup the 12 million alone just by making $15 million internally. Plus, we would keep that 20 months out of the competitor's hand to begin with. So that alone is already above what you would be offering, not including what we would still have to buy back from you. So we would be losing a lot of money on this deal.
So what if we did that same deal that I just said, the 20 months,
okay,
with the 12 million, and then we would give you what you needed for free,
So the $5 million.
the 5 million.
Yeah, it's still too low for us. I'm sorry. I just don't. I think the best I can do, honestly, is, unfortunately, I don't want to say that because I want to make a deal that works for both of us. But it seems like we're relatively far apart on this. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if there's anything else I can do to lower that 20 months down. If that seems to be a big issue. So if we can work around that, maybe there's something we can do otherwise.
The more months that we agree to, the less
Sure.
that we can make off of it, obviously.
Right. All right. So I could do, let me try this. So if we did 12 million, I'm sorry, 12 months, just audio components competitors. We'll say that. We'll say the 12 million that we had invested initially, the 15 that I keep mentioning in terms of what we could make internally.
Okay.
And then what we would spend the $5 million back for free.
So you're saying
So essentially it would be,
selling to audio's direct competitors for 12 months.
yes.
Then you want the 12 million.
Yeah, so the transfer price in total would be 32. So it would be 15 plus the 5 that we would have to spend on the magnets. We would get those for free instead of spending the 5 million, and then the 12 million initial price that we put in. So it would be a total of $32 million transfer price plus the 12 months of just audio components competitive.
I think I'm going to take that deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that works out really well. I think that so just to be 100% clear again, $32 million transfer price, 12 months audio components, competitors, and just them.
Perfect.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to make it.
I'm glad we were able to get to that point.
Took some maneuvering, but it worked out.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.